Well, today's the day. We're going to be getting the PlayStation experience or PlayStation showcase at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Today, of course, I'm going to have some reactions, my thoughts, and things like that on it. You're going to have to wait and stick around for that. But I have a good feeling that we're going to see some cool stuff today. Obviously, the main thing that I want to see is some God of War stuff. But there was some interesting announcements beforehand. I know I did a video on this yesterday on exactly what Sony was doing and stuff like that in terms of picking up a new studio. And they actually were talking about it and had some announcements even prior to the event today. So I think that's going to be very key to kind of going into everybody's exciting things. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be real. It really is going to be very interesting to see how people react to this, because I've seen a lot, and nothing against Xbox fans. I am an Xbox fan, love Xbox. Just seeing them kind of pre-damage control what we might see, I think is very telling, because if you look at the strategies that Microsoft and Sony took about going into this generation, Microsoft didn't have anything basically to show that was coming out anytime soon. Even to now, I mean, you could maybe argue the two games that they've released, the AA Gears Tactics, which was, and also Flight Simulator, are like PC scraps basically. Just kind of, oh, here you go. Nothing really tailored, nothing for their actual boxes until Forza Horizon and then maybe Halo. But as I've stated numerous times, this is the first Halo game that I'm not going to be playing day one. So it's a weird situation for me. So. With everything going on, I think that it's going to be a very interesting show today. I want to see God of War Ragnarok. That's really all I care about. If you want to blow my mind, then Metal Gear Solid Remake by Blue Point and a Blue Point acquisition announcement, I think, would definitely suffice for that. But I do want to get into this announcement. What's up, everybody? It's me, Crapgamer, here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel. Means a lot to me, personally. So, yeah, that's all I ask for is a simple like. Honestly, it does mean a lot. So, yeah, let's get started. So, anyway, Herman Hulst, the head of PlayStation's Worldwide Studios, was talking about the quality and uniqueness of gaming experiences and says that's what PlayStation Studios is all about. And this goes in line with them picking up the studio yesterday and the development of the studios. Head of PlayStation Studios gave an interview with Games Radar, and I'm of course going to link this. And he gave a little more insight into what his team is looking for when it acquires new studios. The talk comes off the back of an announcement that Sony has acquired developer Firesprite, and again, this is pretty interesting stuff. Sony worked with Firesprite on projects like the Playroom and PlayStation VR before the developer launched its own IP, The Persistence. This news follows in the footsteps of Sony acquiring studios like Housemarque and Nixxes, which contrasts with the high-profile purchases Microsoft has made in the likes of Bethesda. With the teams we've acquired recently, he said, I happen to know the people very well, so I know what they're capable of, and I actually also know what they're working on. According to Holston with this interview, the privileged relationship that I have gives me a lot of confidence in the games coming out of these teams being really strong and being very PlayStation Studios in terms of the quality that we're always after. We're always striving for better games, but also the uniqueness of the experience. It's all about the quality and uniqueness of the gaming experiences, the fact that they're surprising, yes, maybe to the outside world, but maybe not to the people that have been working in it, that have seen Firesprite grow and seen them add talent and being able to attract the best talent in the industry, which speaks to a really, really strong and inclusive and welcoming culture and environment. Hulst further added, now's the right time to bring them into the family and double down on some of the incredible opportunities that we can collaborate on. While neither Hulst or Graham Ankers, the manager at Firesprite, were able to give any indication on what exactly Firesprite is working on, Hulst did say that with the new partnership, now we get an opportunity to work on some really interesting games, exclusive games within PlayStation Studios that I can't talk about today in detail, but I'm very, very excited about. I cannot wait to share with everybody in the world what is going on and what we're going to be doing next, but I would say it's absolutely right in the heart of what we do at Firesprite. It's bringing new experiences that are going to innovate and maximize platforms and create magical experiences and universes that players are going to enjoy for years to come. I cannot wait to be sharing more news about that soon. So obviously Firesprite is the 14th developer to become part of the PlayStation Studios family, and this is a pretty significant deal for everybody going forward. Obviously, we're going to be seeing a lot of very interesting talk today, a lot of things that are going to be, talked about in terms of surprises and things. Obviously, it's going to be a 40-minute show, but it's cool to see Sony go out there and kind of talk about this prior to like this big announcement and things like that. I think that it's important to let your fans know, and to their credit, I also love the fact that there's no tempering your expectations when it comes to being able to go and pick up a studio, or when it comes to Sony actually going out there and making some announcements for some exclusive games. I think that's super important going forward. I think it's very much something that everybody should be excited about. I know for me personally, I'm excited about it, and I know at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where people, I think, are probably, they waited a long time for this. What else can I say? It really took a very long time for this kind of stuff to come about. And, it's been almost a year since we had a big announcement from Sony. And so for them to come out and just kind of double down and focus on the actual video games themselves, I feel like that is a very, very intelligent thing for them to do. And this is the perfect time for them to actually go out there and pull this off, because again, you have Microsoft, who basically kind of, in my opinion, blew their load a bit. And, again, we're sort of seeing basically what's going on coming off of that. Sony has announced this has been a very big week. Sony has announced a lot of good news this week, and it's going to continue today. But they also announced that the PlayStation 5 has announced 1 million units sold in Japan. So the PlayStation 5 has reached the million mark faster than the PS4 in Japan as well. So that's something that's very significant for them. It's hard to believe, but we're fast approaching the first year of being in a new generation of consoles with the launch of the PlayStation 5 as well as the Xbox Series X and S. And it may be hard to believe since both are still relatively difficult to find and doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon, but they are out there. Sony's machine has been in high demand since its launch and has now reached a new milestone in Sony's own home country. As detailed by Famitsu, the PS5 has now broken the 1 million units mark sold in Japan. It translates into roughly 847,421 units of the disc model, 165,235 units of the digital model. And you may or may not be aware, but home console sales have been done in Japan for years, but the PlayStation 5 has managed to hit this mark even faster than the PS4, which only passed the same milestone over a year after its launch. So yeah, that's very interesting to see that, the PlayStation 5 is alive and well in Japan. And, listen, this thing's probably going to do, 4 or 5 million by the time it's all said and done. That's still a significant piece of information, because that's going to be, 4.8 million more than Xbox will do. Xbox obviously not a big hit in Japan, but still nice to see that everything's kind of working towards consoles being a huge success everywhere. That's very exciting. I love seeing the success of these consoles. Let me know what you guys think. I really do appreciate, each and every one of you. If you guys enjoyed the content, maybe consider liking it or subscribing. Have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crapgamer 'em up. Crapgamer out.